Webb, Midland, Texas. It's August 7th, 2016. Last night after midnight, right before bed, a car comes speeding down my alley. Looks like they were chasing a guy down the alley in the dark. My dog alerted me to this, and it was caught on camera. He couldn't outrun them. He threw his hands in the air. They, I've seen them, heard them open the trunk, shut the trunk, and then drive off. Posted that on Facebook last night and this morning. I sent a link over to Midland Crime Stoppers, and a woman named Veronica suggested I call CBS 7 and gave me the number, and I've contacted the press around here in this area many times, many more than I can count. But I'm gonna go ahead and do it again. This time I'm gonna make a video before I do it. And of course, I'm not gonna let them know they're making a video. I'm gonna call the number that Veronica provided me to report this story, and so here we go. I believe I uploaded the video to...
Thank you for calling CBS 7. Please dial 1 for the company directory, 2 for the newsroom, 3 for the weather center, 4...
2 for the newsroom.
Please hold while I try that extension. CBS 7.
Yeah, hey, this is Buddy Webb. I have a news story I was going to report to you. A woman on Facebook gave me your number and suggested that I call. Who am I speaking with?
My name is Laura.
Hi, Laura. I'm not sure if you've seen it. I tried to upload it to a CBS 7 website, but I don't know how well that went. But anyways, what happened was I happened to be up later than normal last night, and right before bed, I have security cameras up my house here. My dog starts barking, and I look up, and I see a guy running down my alley as fast as he could go, and then this car is chasing him. And then he can't outrun them, so he throws his hands up in the air, and then they slam on the brakes. And it's dark out there, of course, and then you can see them open the trunk, shut the trunk, and drive off. I posted this on Facebook. It's had 10,000 plus views in just a few hours, and that's really the primary reason I called. I have a lot of other additional information about this house, neighborhood, and other stories, but that is the story that's going on today. Are you familiar with my story?
I'm sorry?
Are you familiar with who I am or my story?
No, sir. Like I said, I'm fairly new to the organization, and I only work weekends, so I'm not, so...
Oh, okay. And okay. Well, I have a YouTube channel, and it's my channel name is Buddy Webb. Okay. And that video is up there, called Chase Down the Alley, I believe what it's called. It's one of the newest videos. I have over 120,000 views on my YouTube channel because I have what I call the biggest untold story in America, and that's without what happened last night. Okay, but we won't even get into that part right now. My Facebook is under Buddy Wayne Webb, or the direct URL is buddy.webb.353.
That's Webb with 2 B's or 1 B?
2 B's, W-E-B-B. Okay. And I posted this on some of the trading post sites, as just community news, and it's really just gone viral, and last I looked, it was over 10,000 and climbing, and with more shares, because it really truly is incredible. I sent a link over to the Midland Crime Stoppers Facebook group last night, and so that was done. But I wanted to let y'all know this, and so you can look at the video, and of course I have the actual. I took a video of my security system with my camera on my phone, and so it's not perfect, you know what I mean? And I mean, it could be better for sure, because the one on my security system is better than me holding my phone and it moving around and stuff. But But anyways, that's my story.
All right. All right, Mr. Ward. I'm gonna take a quick look.
Okay, let me give you my number here.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Do you have did my number pop up on your caller ID?
No, sir. Only your name.
Okay. I'm calling you my home number, but I'm not sure I know it. So I'll give you my cell number. It's 432-425-7587. 432-425-75. And you can catch me if that don't work. You can catch me on my Facebook.
Okay.
And
it's like now at the beginning of the call you started speaking awfully fast, so just.
I tend to do that. Yeah.
So essentially, it's kind of like this car was chasing its pedestrian down the alley, and I didn't hear what happened after that.
Okay. Yes, it's 12:41 a.m. Okay, so it's dark, and it's in the middle of the night. I'm fixing to go to bed. My dog starts barking, and I look up on the camera because the dog's barking, and there's a guy running down the alley as fast as he can run, and I hear this car, and I can see the lights of the car. And it's obvious they're chasing him. I mean, they gas their engine. They're in a hurry trying to catch him, and then he's trapped and figures out he has nowhere to go. Okay, and so he turns around and raises his hands up like "Don't shoot." Okay, and so I can see that on my camera, and you know, with his hands in the air like "Don't shoot me." Okay, so then they slam on the brakes and they slide in the gravel. Jump out. You can see them open the trunk and then shut the trunk and drive off. I don't think they hit him. And I went out there with a flashlight and
hold on 1 second, sir. So they opened the trunk and did what?
They opened the trunk up, okay,
yes.
And did something and then shut the trunk right back and then left right after they stopped, okay. And so I don't know if they hit him, put him in the trunk, or what, okay? But I know I went out there in the middle of the night with a flashlight, and I didn't see anybody laying in the alley, okay? I did that much last night, okay?
Have police contacted you about this, sir?
And as I said, I sent the link to the video to the Midland Crime Stoppers.
Right.
And
Have they reached out to you?
Huh?
Have they reached out to you?
They have not, and there is a story with this home and the police in Midland, and you know that's why I asked if you knew this, is because, see, when I bought this home in 2008, the previous homeowner dies 2 weeks before I buy the home.
Okay.
I find 2 death notices for him. One says he died in Midland, one says he died in Fort Worth, okay? His sister said he died in Fort Worth. My neighbor across the street says, she says, he died in that house, and I should know, right? Something fishy happened with the previous homeowner, and he was 27 years old, okay? So then I bought a home, and I figure out somebody's breaking into my home. In 2012, 2 weeks after reporting a suspected tunnel to the DEA, because I live right behind the Home Depot store, okay? That's where I reported the suspected tunnel going, was this Home Depot store where I'm seeing suspicious trucker traffic, and like a little girl at the sleeper cab of an 18-wheeler. Anyway, 2 weeks after I reported the suspected tunnel to the El Paso and Midland DEA, who never looked, I'm shot inside my home. Okay, and my phone lines are cut, which forced me to call out. I have a video on this on my YouTube. Okay. And then the next day, a group of still secret police were caught sneaking into my home, stealing evidence and staging the crime scene of capital murder attempt. I've contacted the sheriff, the mayor, the city council, and nobody will identify or arrest them police. So that's the history of this home and the crimes that have happened here at my home. Okay, and so my attorney advised me to not contact the Midland Police Department because of what we consider corruption, okay? Because I've got pictures of people dressed like police that I believe are police that were involved in a capital attempted murder that nobody identified, and I have a $2,000 reward to anybody that can identify them, and I can't even get a news story on that, you know? And so that's part of this entire thing. But what I called you about today was what happened last night with the guy in the alley, which is probably connected to the other crimes that have happened here.
And I guess, so in the video, it doesn't show what happened to the pedestrian that was in the alley.
He wasn't there, and yeah, I don't think they left him there. Okay, of course it's dark. It's almost 1 o'clock at night, and it wasn't directly behind my house, and so I don't think he was hit. The best I can tell, they didn't hit him with the car, but I'm not positive about that. And I didn't hear a gun, right? But that don't mean there wasn't a gun. I could clearly see him, his hands in the air, scared to death. They chased him down the alley. He was running for his life. That part's a fact, And this video is why it's going viral, is because that's easy to see.
It's kind of like Mr. Wetham, it's kind of like we're going to be having our producers coming in later on today, and, I'll certainly talk to them about it. But I'll be honest with you, it's kind of like, here, we try to report on things that we can verify.
Well, there's a video. You don't have to take my word for it.
Yeah, no, and that's fine, but it's kind of like,
And then the other part of the story, there's police reports, and see, I've never lacked evidence. My story is not based on my testimony. It's based on medical records, police reports, security camera pictures, hard evidence, and fact. Okay.
Yes, sir. You've got a video, and like I said, that's why I want to talk to the producers. But the thing that concerns me about this is that there's no conclusion. It's like we don't know what happened with that pedestrian. We don't know if he kept on walking.
Right. We don't know if there's a missing person today or if there was a murder last night. We really don't know. And it appears, And when you look at the history of this home, and literally we still have unidentified police caught inside my home the day after a capital murder attempt, and with a $2,000 reward to anybody that can identify them. That should be a national news story, and I can't get a news station in the nation to tell that story, That really should, because you call the police, one of them could show up.
Right.
I'd be glad to show you the pictures.
No, it's kind of like we'll take a look at what you posted on YouTube and see if there's, if we would think that there may be some public interest in terms of because as we all know, a lot of stuff goes viral, but is it newsworthy? And so this is one of those things that we're going to be presenting it to the producers and see what they think, and then we'll just proceed from there. Okay.
How would you like to follow up on the other stories with the group of police caught inside my house and nobody knows who they are and the reward? That's newsworthy, right?
Again, sir, I'm going to address that with the producers today.
Okay, well, as long as you got it documented, and I know you are. One other story let me tell you about. At the hospital on the night of the murder attempt on January 28, 2012, okay, there was an x-ray taken, okay, and I post this also on my Facebook, and it's in my YouTube too. It's very clear. That x-ray has my name on it, and it's dated for 1/28/12, and it's clear that the heel bone is cut out, and it's a foot full of pellets. And the lie was that I shot myself, but the truth was I was shot during a home invasion. Well, the thing is that I hadn't had surgery yet. I was shown the x-ray of another person, and I have absolute, irrefutable, undeniable evidence of that. And on top of that, I was with strong recommendations to amputate the evidence, which is my leg. They tried to cut off my leg to cover up this capital murder attempt that group of police were caught in my house covering up. Please write that down and pass that on to producers, because I think that's a public interest. I've passed that on. That is filed with the Texas Medical Board, and I can show you an email where they said it was sent to their enforcement division. Okay? And it's also been sent to the FBI, and I have a few stories about the FBI as well. I'd be glad to visit with you. I have a lot of things to say.
Certainly sounds like it, sir. Like I said, I've got your phone number. Like I said, let me speak with the producers, and ultimately, if anything is actually done or said, it's going to be up to our news director, and he is not in the office today.
Who is your news director?
Matt Rist.
Matt Rist, yes, he's familiar with me for sure. And absolutely, he's emailed me before in the past. And your name is Laura Zamaron?
Yes, sir, it sure is.
Okay, I've seen some of your reports on the internet. And so, well, Matt absolutely is aware, but since that you can bring it up to him, and then you can ask him, this is important for the public, because you could have a car accident or go up there with your mom and they go, well, here's an x-ray and you see that spot on your lung, and how do you know that's even your x-ray? You see what I'm saying? Or if they cut off your child's leg, how do you know that that was based on somebody else's x-ray? I mean, it's very, for people with that low of character, it's what I'm describing is the sickest, most horrendous crimes that you can imagine. And I have absolute proof posted in public, and I can't get a story on it. And I think that in itself is a story.
Right. As I mentioned, sir, Caroline, I'm going to be talking to the producers, and like I said, ultimately, like I said, I mean, if anything is said or done, it probably will not be today. Like I said, it has to be addressed with that. And I don't work tomorrow, so I'm going to talk to the producers that do work tomorrow, and then they can make that determination at that point in time. I'm not in a position to make that decision.
Oh, okay. So you, can you call me back?
Certainly.
Okay.
For the producers, it won't be coming in until later on this afternoon.
Okay, that'd be fine.
Okay?
All right, I'll speak to you then.
All right, have a good day.
Thank you, Laura. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
She's never going to call me back, but I'm going to wait before I post this.